I keep getting questions on why did I choose the Philippines? And I'm doing a video, see? Back to what I was saying. I keep getting the questions about why did I choose the Philippines? And I'd be lying if I be saying that the Philippines was the #1 country that I chose at the beginning. It wasn't. It was on my list, but it wasn't the top of the list. It started to creep up the list after I learned more and more about the country. And I had a Filipina auntie back home who helped with my decision after talking to her. But my first choice was actually a couple countries I was considering. And one of the countries was Ecuador, Panama, Thailand. Thailand was the top of the list. But why I did not choose Thailand was the visa requirements. I kept hearing about the visas. They're kind of strict on the visa requirements. You get a certain amount of time with your passport on arrival. They get like 30 days. They keep switching it up. Just previously it was 60 days. Now they switched it back to 30 days. And then you get you can extend for another 30 days if you go down to the immigration office and pay a fee. So I told you can get up to now currently 60 days. And then you have to leave the country, do a border run, and come back in, and the 60 days or the 30 days will start over, and then you can extend for another 30 days. And I didn't want to go through that. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to deal with that. So I just chose a country that I can stay there long term. In Ecuador, you were able to get a retirement visa. There was no age restriction on that retirement visa, so you can go there. As long as you were making a certain amount of money per month, you can qualify for the retirement visa. Same thing in Panama. And so how I end up just choosing the Philippines is because you can just come here with your passport, and you can get 30 days on arrival, and then you can go to the immigration office and extend for another 29 days, and then you can just keep extending every 2 months up to 3 years, and then you have to just leave the country for like 24 hours, or you can just turn right back around and come back into the country, and your 3 years start all over. All you got to do is just keep extending every 2 months, so you can stay here indefinitely if you want to. So that was more intriguing to me. I was like, I'm gonna do that, and that what made the deciding factor. Well, one of them, obviously, the cost of living here. Then everybody speak English here was the main deciding factors in me coming here, and I'm happy I did. I've been here for a year now. I just moved into a new condo. I have a beautiful girlfriend over there cleaning. It's looking nice. And I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed to be in the situation that I am. I know a lot of people don't get this opportunity to be able to live abroad, and it's not something that's easy to do, but it's obtainable. You can do it, you just gotta put your mind to it. It doesn't cost a lot to live here, you can do it on, I would say, $1,500 to $2,000 a month. You probably can do it on $1,000 a month. It just depends on the way you like to live, I know somebody here currently doing it on $800 a month, They live in the provinces, but they got a house in the province, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, so me, I want to be in the city. I want to be where everything's hustling and bustling, or just outside the city, And those are some of the things that I'm looking for. I wanted to be near public transportation. It's easy to get around, So you don't need no car here. You don't need no car. You don't need to be paying for no car note here. You got Grab, which is the equivalent to Uber. You got trikes. You got the buses. So you can get around easily on here, very cheap, So you don't need no car. Condos are very affordable. You can get a condo from anywhere from, I would say, a decent condo, 15,000 pesos, all the way up to 40,000 pesos. The condo I'm currently living in is 30,000 pesos, which is around $500, give or take, with the exchange rate. And it's a nice condo. It has a nice view, as you can see. Has a nice view, ocean view. Has sauna, gym, 24-hour security, 24-hour concierge, pool, jacuzzi. It has everything. It has a 7-Eleven, has a grocery store on the ground level, coffee shops. So it has everything here. Got the beach up the road, so I can just go to the beach. We get free access to the beaches just because we live in the condos over here. So it's very attainable here, man. You know, everything is obtainable here. You can get a house. If you want a house, you can get it. No credit checks. You want a car? Like I said, you don't need a car, but you can get it. You know? And this is freedom, man. This is freedom to me, man. Be able to come over here to live a life of simplicity. You know, you don't need a lot to be happy here. You know, you can live your equivalent lifestyle that you live in America over here for a fraction of the price. I get up, I can do what I want. I got my time. I can do what I want. I can go to the next islands and, you know, for the weekend, pay like less than $200 for the weekend round trip to get there and back, and spend a weekend in a villa. I mean, everything is just affordable here. You know, this is freedom, man. I get up, I'm blessed. I walk out on this balcony every day. I look up the view. Hug and kiss my girlfriend, who's take good care of me, take good care of each other. And I mean, go back to the West and for what? No, I'm not going back to the West if I can help it. You know, now I got my time freedom. I just, you know, I just try to work on making other streams of money. You know, online, I post a lot on my TikTok as much as I can. I have real estate back home. You know, I do receive other sources of income. I got an online business. I sell digital products on Amazon, Etsy, you know, so it's ways of making money. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta, you know, first of all, get your time freedom back. Find a way to get your time freedom back, whether that's getting $15,000 to $2,000 a month. You can then move overseas, move to Latin America, like Colombia, DR, Panama, or move to some places in Africa like Ghana, Kenya, South Africa, or come over here to Asia. You got Malaysia, you got Vietnam, you got Thailand, you got Cambodia, Philippines, you got Bali. These places are very affordable. You know, you're not waking up every day, going to a job every day, and trying to, you know, scrap and survive, paying them high prices back in the West. You're not doing that here. You know, you're living a comfortable simplicity lifestyle. You come over here, you can have all the, like I said, you can have all the comforts of the West. You want to come over here and get your house? You come over here and get your car? I wouldn't recommend it, but you can, you know? And it's a lot affordable. It's a lot more affordable. So it's just about getting your time back, having the freedom to do the things that you want to do, you know? And you never know what you're capable of if you don't try. And how you going to try if you're always cooped up at a job working for somebody else's dream? So that's something I just couldn't see myself doing for the rest of my life, you know? I got stressed out. You know, I was always in and out the hospital doing the stress. It was really messing with my health. And I just, you know, started to do my research and like, man, it gotta be a better way. It gotta be a better way, you know? And I thought about, you know, man, move overseas. Because it was something I always wanted to do anyway. Because I was used to living in different places. I used to live in Hawaii. Then I was truck driving, so I traveled all across the country. So I'm used to moving around, you know? And the opportunity for me to come over here and live overseas, I took it. You know, I saw the cost of living was affordable. The people speak English. Even if they didn't speak English, the people are nice in a lot of these countries. You know, I would, you know, especially if you're in a country that English is not the first language, you want to at least try to learn the language a little bit, at least the basics. Here, everybody speaks English, but I still try to learn Tagalog a little bit. My girl, she teaches me a little bit. You know, so you can learn some basic words, and so you can be able to, you know, communicate in their native language a little bit, you know. But outside of that, it's not necessary, you know. This is just an opportunity for you to live your best life, an opportunity for you to have experiences, because that's what life's about. It's experiences. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't never done it in the world, and all thing you have done was, and this is not vacation. This is totally different from vacation. This is not going somewhere for 2 weeks and balling out for 2 weeks and going back home and going back into that rat race. This is not that. This is not that. This is a whole different level of that. You know, I'm pretty much on vacation every day. You know, this is what I'm talking about, living over here. You know, but in saying that, if you're gonna be living over here, you're not gonna be balling out every day. You're gonna be living like the locals, probably a little bit better because you know you're making a little bit more money, so you can live a little bit more comfortable. But you're gonna be living locally. Like you're gonna have, you know, you're gonna be going grocery shopping. You're not gonna be eating out every day. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna plan trips when you can plan them. You're not gonna be going places every month or every week. You know, but you're gonna be free. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be free, and you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel that freedom. Every time you wake up, you're gonna feel like, man, I got my time. You can do what you want. You can do what you want. And that's what life's about to me. This is why I don't see myself going back to the West. Not to live. Go back and pay rent, pay $2,000 rent when I'm comfortable paying $500. I can't see myself doing that. Now, some things that people are worried about is the healthcare system here. The healthcare system's pretty good. It's pretty good, you know. They got some big hospitals depending on where you at. I'm in Cebu, just outside of Cebu City. I'm in what you call Lapu-Lapu, which is like an island of Cebu. And the healthcare system is pretty good here. It's equivalent to the West, you know, but a lot more affordable, you know. And then, you know, you can also travel to Thailand, which is nearby. You can go to Singapore, which has the best healthcare in the world, or you can go back home to the West if it's something that's majorly serious, and you need adequate healthcare. But it's adequate enough here, you know. It is. I've been in the hospital a few times, and I have no complaints. You know, I have no complaints. They have the same medications here for a fraction of the price. You know, you're not going into debt getting healthcare service. You're not going into debt for that, you know. So that's another thing that you got to consider. You know, that's another thing that was plaguing me back home was the healthcare. You know, I get a doctor bill $80,000, $90,000. You know, it was just too much. It was just too much. So I decided to come overseas, live overseas, cut down my expenses, just live a simple life. Just live a simple, peaceful life. I don't want no car. I don't want none of that stuff, you know. I just want to live a simple, peaceful life, travel to places that I want to travel when I want to travel, and just work on building multiple streams of income. That's it. That's my opportunity and goal here, you know. So I'm going to seize it. But I want everybody else to know, man, that, you know, I know there's a lot of other YouTubers out here that preaches this because it's true. You feel free when you go overseas. To me, the American dream is to make American dollars and live overseas. Live in places that your dollar can stretch. You know what I'm saying? And live comfortably. You know. So if that's you and you looking at this video, and that's something that you want to do, find a way of making money online. Find a way of making an income stream online. You don't need $1,500 to $2,000 a month. If you got a family, I would recommend you make $2,000. I would recommend you make $3,000 to $3,500 a month. You know, if you got a family, you coming over here with a family, but you're living comfortably. You're living comfortably. This is the new American dream. I'm free. I'm free. This is what I get up and wake up to every day. This is my beautiful girlfriend. Life can't get no better than this, man. So if that's something you're interested in, find a way to make money online. You can do it. Alright? Appreciate anybody that stopped and watched this video. Showing love. Please like the video. And have a great day. Peace.